Toulouse versus Featherstone Rovers. Here's the game where everyone wants Toulouse to win apart from people in Featherstone. Obviously, I want Featherstone to win for family reasons.
He played all right, didn't he?
Yeah.
This week.
Top try scorer.
Tough to stop. He's a big lad for
He's
a
a
winger.
big. They're all. As I said, they're all big. They're all big. Them Gales.
He'd fit in the second row.
So it'd be great if Featherstone got promoted. Because it'd be hilarious. Because everyone would be really annoyed.
There'd be a rhubarb derby every week.
It'd be great. We'd just take over. But obviously everyone wants Toulouse to win because they're foreign and exciting and French. But Fev could spoil the party.
Can I just interrupt? That centre, I don't know how you say his name. Is it Jusami?
With his
mullet and the turned up. I mean that.
Can you get any more?
Just promote
can you get any more Gallic than that?
Well, he's kind of a cross between Ryan Pappenhausen and some sort of Frenchman for the 50s with a beret and the turned up. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, how many people are going to turn up at Old Trafford dressed in berets and strings of onion? That's what I'm worried about. That's what we
pandering to a stereotype.
Yeah, that's what we think the French are like.
Smoking.
We've watched Hello Hello, we know what he's like.
I actually don't know who's going to win that game.
No.
Because I think both were very impressive in parts of their game last week. Toulouse in the second half in particular after Batley's gallant shout in the first, and Featherstone just seem to have every base covered. They are such a good...
The big side, aren't they?
I was going to say, a well-coached team. I actually do think James Webster has done a really, really good job.
Prepared them for the middle eights.
I do not know why... Well, I do know why.
Is he coming to Leeds, Phil?
No,
I mean, not for a weekend, but...
He's been
see the site.
Next year.
I don't think so.
No,
I think
there goes the... Or a St Helens fan on Twitter, Mr. Mav.
No, I don't think he is. I think somebody else might be, but not him.
But he's done a very good job, James West.
But I think he's recruited a really good team.
Yeah.
I can't really see a weakness in the way that they play. And even when they're put under pressure, the defensive structures are really, really good. They've got strike everywhere. Not only your cousin on the wing, but Connor Jones is clearly a threat in the middle of the field. Dane Chisholm they can bring off the bench to change a game. I don't think it's a given that Toulouse will win that. There will be pressure on Toulouse because the weight of expectation could well. What did they have? Just short of 7,000 there officially. Last Saturday they're talking maybe 10 this week.
I think
there's pressure.
Yeah. Oh no, there is, and they obviously was it? No, it wasn't last year. It was the year before. They lost to Featherstone. Featherstone came over and
did
the bin. So you could say they choked a little bit, but
absolutely
Toulouse seemed to be, because they've had that core there.
Yes.
You know, Carella, Cook.
Yeah.
They've had a core there for a long, long
Jonathan
time.
Ford again is so.
They have Castrian.
But everybody's talking about when London went to Toronto.
Can happen.
And it was a given that Toronto wouldn't get promoted. It was going to be great for the game and open new markets. And
oh dear. London
went. Could we just have a little bit of a say in that? So I am really looking forward to this game because I genuinely do think this one goes off level. Whatever we might like to see the sport look like post match.
We'd just rebrand it as Yorkshire League, wouldn't we?
I just think, but this is Yorkshire that haven't had a grand finalist since 2017, but has the majority of teams in the competition.
Just chant Yorkshire every game.
Like that.
No, I think the way Featherstone played against Halifax, and I haven't seen enough of them this year, but I was just impressed with the manner in which they went about their business. Although I do think it benefits having a week off at that level as well.
Proper kit. Butcher's aprons and all that jazz. And they've got the best stadium in the Telegraph postcode.
Again, something that the sport needs to look at in terms of facilities.
Yeah. Well, I think if they do go up the league, better floodlights because they didn't look great on the telly.
Not brilliant.
And I've been in the mini gantry.
Well, didn't Scott Morrell mention that? Yeah. Get hammered by Featherstone.
Well, I'll just say that.
But no, I think it'd be a terrific game, and may the best team win. May the game benefit from the best team win.
Featherstone could win 2 trophies on Sunday because they're in the Shield final in the Women's Super League against Huddersfield, which will be an interesting game, having seen Huddersfield a couple of weeks ago against Wakefield.
It would be somewhat ironic if we went Toronto Lee, Toulouse, or Toronto Lee, Featherstone, but yeah.
I think Fev would
Enjoy your own.
I think Fev would bring more to Super League than League. But
more leopard skin outfits.
has he sued Super League yet? Oh, it depends on what happens this week, doesn't it?
He might if it's Toulouse. He wouldn't if it was Featherstone. He'd just give him Featherstone all his players.
Yeah, be good, wouldn't it? Recycling all the. I don't want to say rubbish. That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
Andrea Dobson's last game.
Yes.
Which her career needs celebrating.
It
One
does.
of the absolute stalwarts of women's rugby league, plays for Featherstone in her final match.
I think they missed an open
Sheffield's.
goal.
Andrea Dobson.
Yeah. I think they missed an open goal, not naming the woman of steel off after her this year. But you know.
Again, her
Maybe in the
story
future.
needs telling in the build up to that game, and it hasn't been yet. Hopefully, it will be. You can read about her in Forty20 magazine. We've done a feature on her. New Sheffield development officer and coach of the Scotland women's team.
And that's the hors d'oeuvre for the final game of the domestic. Well, it's not the final game of the domestic season because Toulouse Feb's after, isn't it? But the final top level elite thing: St Helens versus Leeds.
Again, the top two teams playing the last game of the season, which is how it should be.
Woman of Steel versus the last Woman of Steel.
Do you get? I mean, probably the wrong question to Phil, but do you, considering St Helens are going for a treble, aren't they? Do you give Leeds much of a chance? They seem pretty unstoppable.
The only thing that works in Leeds' advantage from what I've seen is the way they played in the semi-final. That they should have been out of it by half-time, and they found something within themselves to claw them back into the game. The semi-final of the Challenge Cup that finished 2012, Saints were better than that 2012 scoreline, but Leeds wouldn't go away. And I have a feeling that, like with the first team men that played this week, Saints will start off at 100 mile an hour. They'll try and blow Leeds away early on. But if Leeds can hang in there, which they didn't do in the men's game, they've got some players that could even be playing their last game that could see them over the line.
That'd be.
Leeds have got a couple of senior people back. I think Amy Johnson's back and then Mr. Forward clearly. But no, Saints have been the best team. There's a determination about everything they've done since getting back in January. It's the core of the women's international team that was preparing to play in the World Cup, and even though that's been delayed, those preparations have gone on. There's an England international for women coming up that they all want to be part of. Personnel wise, Saints will win that game, but there's something about Leeds teams in a grand final, be they men or women, over recent years that they've found a way to win. If it's raining, if it's you know going to affect
the other team has
handling.
a trade bus before the kick-off. No, it'll be it could be a massive weekend for St Helens. You know,
It could,
both the men and the women. I mean,
you would
that
think
would be
that
an amazing achievement for any club. But you know, if they can do that, yeah.
Yeah, Wigan didn't quite capitalise on it when they did they? When we were at that grand final.
No, it was all pretty much low key, wasn't it? And
it's good to see that the women's game has grown in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And it's getting more attention
and
more
it'll
respect.
have proper coverage, and it'll have proper cameras, and it'll have if they got 29,000 for a semi-final, you'd think that they might get on a Sunday where it's international football weekend, so it isn't going to be up against Premiership competition. Then you might get 50, 60, 80,000 people watching it. And if it's a great game, it can only enhance women's sport.
The key is, you mentioned that game earlier in the season when Saints beat Leeds, and that was when they believed they could beat them. Because before that they didn't believe, and now they do. And I think Saints will win. However, if I could fit in it, I'd wear it, but I can't because it's too small. But
Scoey's last shirt.
What, his actual shirt?
Well, there's no mud on it, so clearly somebody who didn't make a tackle. Centenary season, back to the old Leeds St John's colours.
RFL one, they had a good patch and everything.
Quarters.
If you want to buy that, get in touch.
DM, slip into my DMs.
I hope it's a great game.
I hope it's a wonderful spectacle for women's sport.
All the people have the games they want.
Have you told her, by the way, that you think St Helens will win?
I told them at the start of the season.
She won't be speaking to you. We might try and get her on next week.
Yeah, we'll try. She'll come on Monday. And that's in the bio Leeds have written for it. It says she's a regular on the BBC and the Super League. She's not mentioning us.
Give these people a start.